If a parent wants to prevent the child from doing something good in which there's a major benefit, can the child disobey them? For example, if the child wants to study abroad and is of age, and is of adult age, but the parents don't want to let it go.
Question says regarding a child, or yani, whether they're grown or not, but a child of a parent or parents, and there's a major benefit in doing something, but the parents don't want to let go. Is the child allowed to disobey them and to do without that which they command or that which they request, etc.? Me personally, I've been asked this question, Allahu Alam, how many times? From America, from the UK, from Algeria, from all over the place, all different countries. They ask this question all of the time. In person, through the emails, through the live streams. I want to study, my parents don't want me to study. I want to learn and study the Quran and that's it. My parents, they say they need my service even though they don't need my service. I live in one country, but my parents say, no, don't go and study in another country, so on and so forth. If seeking knowledge is obligatory upon you, and your parents don't allow you, then you don't have to listen to them. If seeking knowledge is not obligatory upon you, this level of seeking ilm, because there's a standard level that every Muslim has to seek, but you're beyond the basics, let alone in the modern age in which there's the internet. Can we say that a person has to leave his home to learn the fard aini, the ilm which is fard ain? Can we even say in 2018 that a person has to travel to learn the mandatory, necessary ilm with the internet, with Google, with online classes, with the live stream? I don't think that's applicable anymore. I don't think that's applicable. A person can be in their home in whatever country they are, and they can learn fard ain without having to travel. But for argument's sake, a person has to seek the ilm which is fard ain, or the ilm which is fard kifaya, but a person has a talent, a rare and special talent. A person has the ability to excel, to do well, to go far. And there is not an alim from among those people, among the people of that country. And then it could become mandatory upon them to do more than just the fard ain. Then that's one thing. You don't need your parents' permission. But if it isn't that mandatory ilm, then you need your parents' permission to leave. You need your parents' permission to leave and to go and travel, just like you need your parents' permission to fight jihad fi sabilillah if the jihad is not aini, but if it's kifai. If everyone doesn't have to go and fight, just a number from among the believers. When does jihad become fard ain, fard kifaya? That's a discussion in itself. What's important is seeking ilm, fighting jihad is the same. Rather, seeking ilm, as the people of knowledge say, is a type of jihad fi sabilillah. Seeking ilm, learning ilm, teaching ilm is a type of jihad fi sabilillah. So if it's mandatory ilm, it's like mandatory jihad, there is no permission from your parents, there is no paying off debts, you go out. If the jihad, if the ilm is not mandatory, then you can't leave until you pay off your debts. You can't leave unless your parents give you permission, etc. As far as if there's a benefit and your parents are short-sighted, narrow-minded, or if they're dunya-minded, and they want you to be a lawyer or an engineer or a doctor or a dentist, and you want to seek ilm shar'i, and they try to hold you back from seeking ilm shar'i because we need you, or it's dangerous, or we think you become a terrorist or an extremist, or so on and so forth, then I would advise you not to listen to them. I would advise you to try your best to convince them, talk with them respectfully, humbly, get an imam, get a sheikh, get a scholar, get an old uncle, the grandfather to talk to your parents. And if they refuse to accept it, and they want you to shave your face and wear pants and go to the university, or have a beard, but they want you to just be a normal, average, Joe Blow Muslim. You don't have to seek knowledge. You don't have to be a scholar. No, that's not needed. And they want you to be dunya geared, and you really want to seek ilm and you're serious about it, then I would advise you not to listen to them. Make dua for them, be kind to them. I would advise you to have good akhlaq, good character. Be the best son, the best brother. Get good grades. Be respectful. But humbly, kindly disobey them. And make them an offer in which they can't refuse. What's the chances of a son being such a beautiful son, a dutiful daughter in every other aspect, and they disobey you and go overseas and study? They may get a little upset, they may be a little mad, but they're going to be forced to have some type of leniency because you're such a what? Such a good son. As far as if you're a bad son, you don't have good akhlaq, you don't clean your room, you fight with your brother, your sister, you beat up your little siblings, then that's a different story. If you're disrespectful to your mother, that's a different story. The first thing they want to say is, why you want to go seek knowledge and you can't respect me? Did you not read the hadith that says, paradise is under the feet of the mothers? Even though that's a totally fabricated hadith. That's a totally fabricated hadith. But that's the most common hadith that the people know about. Paradise lies beneath the feet of the mothers. The Prophet ﷺ never said those words in that way. So this is the point that I would give you. This is the advice that I would give you. Last but not least, do you think that these great imams who lived and died and who left behind this tremendous legacy, you don't think there were no naysayers among them? You don't think there were people who didn't see the vision that they saw? You don't think there were people that didn't have what Allah had given them? You don't think that some of their parents or their children or their wives or their friends didn't try to hold them back? So there's never ever any greatness and excellence in any sphere of life, anything of life, except that there's someone who's going to try to hold you back. Is this right, Sheikh Nuh? How many people, even if they weren't your direct parents, will say, no, go study this. No, go make money, do kada. Oh, do kada, do this, do the Quran on the side. So you can't listen to these types of people. But if they're your parents, they're not any other normal type of people. You have to be respectful, you have to be kind, you have to be wise, you have to be smart. And most importantly, make sure that your character is the top, the best of the best. Cut off their excuses. If you have bad character, you have bad grades, you waste money, you don't go to school, I paid for your education, you still don't study, then they're going to make what? They're going to make those excuses against you. Wallahu a'lam.